What's something that's not socially acceptable in America that should be? Living with family outside of America. It's common that adults still live with their parents, siblings, whether out of respect or just to be financially wise. With how the housing job market is it's hard to see young people living on their own comfortably. I also find the kick your kid out at 18 idea stupid. They were just in high school last month, and now you're treating them like they're 30 with life experience to survive. Teachers will pass them anyway because they could just be a popular kid with popular parents with clout, or a kid that plays sports and gets game wins for the school. Or it could be a cheerleader, etc. Heck, some of these teachers or schools, principals could be getting paid off. I mean, it seems everything here is about money or greed and how much more of it you can get. Toddlers and children joining the public life early. I still don't understand why so many Americans seem to flip out just because it's past midnight and the parents are socializing out with friends while the kid is asleep in the stroller. This applies to all the children too. I fail to understand where's the issue in parents drinking and having a snack together outside while the kids play on the street together. Affordable healthcare, affordable education, shooting free schools, subsidized or free school meals, public transport, walking, biking to go from A to B, using someone's front yard to turn around if you get lost, coming to someone's house to ask for help, having a healthy work-life balance, vacation leave days, paid time off, strangers sharing a table in a food court. They do it in other countries. They figure it's a public table, so as long as there is a vacant chair, anyone can sit there. Americans don't like to share the space. We might have 3 people sitting at a table for 6 and still say all of the seating is taken. If you don't tip in America, you are shamed. That tipping culture should be rid of as it's getting out of hand and created entitled workers who do the bare minimum and still expect tips. Businesses should just pay their workers fair wages instead of displacing it on the customers. Talking about how fucked up cutting baby dicks is. People treat it as a taboo topic, but if you don't force the conversations to happen, shit won't change. It's gross that it's still a legal thing. Wearing masks when you're sick. In many Asian countries it's frowned upon not to, but here it's stigma. No, I don't want you coughing on me with your flu or cold. Wear a bloody mask. Breastfeeding in public. Breastfeeding is literally what boobs are for. It's their only purpose, not the fault or the responsibility of women that they also make your dick stiff. TPL with boobs being topless and viewable from public settings like beaches, pools, working out, while doing yard work, etc. I just want to work in my garden topless in peace. First time in the US currently. I'm from Europe. Not adding taxes to the prices is really annoying sometimes. You never exactly know how much you're gonna pay at the counter. Pointing out who's actually at fault for something. I'm still stumped as to why making people be responsible for their actions is a bad thing in America. More hygienic to leave them down, of course, but leaving the toilet seat up. People in other countries seem to care less about this one thing. Shouldn't be socially acceptable, you can do it anywhere. But public urination shouldn't be a sex offense. Sometimes you just get caught short. Living with your parents after university for more than a few months. Most people I know feel enormous social pressure to go out on their own. Breastfeeding boobs are everywhere, but if you use them for what they're made for in public, major backlash. Even if you're covered. Collective punishments to criminals like murderers. The entire family of the murderer or criminal should be executed as well. I think it should be acceptable to cuss out your boss as long as you still follow their instructions afterwards. Saying you're ready to stop talking or go home. I don't want to need a reason. I'm just ready now. Goodbye. Condemning the actions of Israel or holding Israel accountable without being accused of being anti-Semitic. Realizing that you're not the greatest country in the world anymore. Or the center of the earth. The easiest one is tipping ... It is creeping its way into Europe, but it is all from the States. America shouldn't be socially acceptable. For example, reason why world is now where it is. Shaming the bigoted religions other than Christianity, which is 100% socially acceptable. Eating the whole Chipotle bowl in one sitting. Unless you're 6'5", You're being greedy. Men being physically affectionate with people who are not their romantic partner. 3. Adult households. Meet my spouses should not be a controversial statement. Being allowed to go into a public space and not having to worry about being shot. Does socially unacceptable also pertain to morals which indeed are objective? Kicking rude customers out of stores before they escalate to a full meltdown. Prostitution, it's simply a financial transaction between consenting adults. People don't like people with mouthful foods and at the same time talking. Having the government do your taxes for you. Thanks into it, an HR block. Being comfortable and open about your gender identity and sexuality. More vacation, sick time, and maternity leave. Also, no tipping. Shaming religions that hold beliefs that affect non-believers. Breastfeeding, it's crazy that this even needs to be said. Naked public saunas. They seem so liberating and relaxing.